Facebook.com. We are going to go ahead and share this live stream to all the groups that want to read and hear some poetry. So we're going to do it now. We are going to do it now. Share to group. I know none of you can see what I'm doing, which is okay. But I'm just going on the Facebook. Poetry. Sharing, 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 sharing. It has been shared. I hope my friends visit me very soon. And let's do 2 more shares. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. There it is. Oh, I'm really excited to read a little bit of words for you guys. After I let my cat out, she is knocking at the door. So I'm gonna go do that. If anybody's already in the place, I'm about to pull up my Facebook so I can see a little more, and I'm gonna mute it. And even though I can see everything I need to see on my computer, I'd like to see my friends on the Facebook because I love Facebook. Give me just one moment, friends. Now, did you know that was a hangy bit? Well, now you do. Now you do know that it's a hangy bit. Welcome to all my viewers. My name is Andre Psyche, and I'll be reading a couple books that I've published and written and designed visually all myself. And I hope it brings you peace and a bit of happiness in this moment that we're all experiencing. I know that from time to time I do get to a place where I feel like there's a lack of something, or that there's a misconnection in my heart and my soul. So I definitely understand how it could feel, especially at this moment with coronavirus around and there's a lot of uncertainty happening, to need a little bit of a push to find ourselves on better, more solid ground. So I am hoping that, the reading will do that for me and for you guys. And it's 8 o'clock, so why don't we begin? Oh, my friend Leanne, I love you. Waved at you. I love you so much, Leanne. So feel free to message me on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're watching this from. And it will pop up here, and if it's something that you want me to answer or to explore, just throw it down there and I will talk about it. Okay? At the same time, I will begin with this book, Space Between the Crescent Shadows. Andre Psyche, you see this band right here? Yeah, that band says not for resale because this is my author copy. You can't have this, but you can have one just like this, just without this band. That is the copy that I would give for you. Everything's on the screen, AndrePsyche.com. That's where you can get the book. Feel free to do that. And if you want to follow along as I read, feel free as well. If you have the book, bust it out. You can tell me what page you would like me to start at. And if not, I'll just flip randomly and start reading a random poem that tickles my fancy. But if you have a poem that tickles your fancy, you send that thing down in the comments and you tell me what you want, baby, and I will give it to you. Give it to you right now. All dirty like hutcha, hutcha. That's me spanking you. Hupasha. All right. Alrighty. I think we shall begin. Don't you think so? Right now, oh, Leanne, hi friend, I love you. Let me set up, right before I begin, let me set up, comments from YouTube, comments from, yeah, let's see that. Alrighty. Brendan Walker, hello and welcome. I'll be picking a random poem. If you have one, feel free to let me know. Boom, that one right there. This is a little shorty. From chimney to chimney, from world to world, the eye gets wider to see the whole. One box can suffocate the heart, asphyxiate the will to thrive. Each jump you make gets easier still, connecting neurons and words until it all gleams bright, ideas unified. Our box ain't separate. There is no you or I. Zoom out till separate, converge and center I. Where all the storms find their own peace, where turmoil sleeps, where you and I can finally be, and things tend to repeat, and to repeat, and to repeat, and to repeat. Wonderful. That is on page 65. Page 65. I do I do take this a little differently from time to time. Usually I'll also have my guitar and I'll play a little tune behind it and then read a poem, sometimes sing the poem. But this time I decided to do a full reading because, man, do I love reading and do I love talking with my friends. Okay, let us go to the next page. Again, if you would like me to read something, let me know. Any page. Right there. I'm going to stop right there. Page. Man, it's like I turned a page forward. I stopped at 66 this time. Why? I don't know. Page 66. Judge not by the complexion of my skin, but by the character within. You see your story come alive, but understand, I'm not that guy. You take your thoughts and let them roll. I'm but a screen for every soul. To look upon their darkest secrets, through me you'll either judge or grow. The monster that you see is hidden. The saint you found is all too close. Whatever image you're perceiving, it starts within your very mind and falls upon the ground for you to pick it up. But you just look away. It takes just but a second to realize this trash is self-contained. It is self-made. Dispose of it, and you will save not just yourself, but your own mom for future days. Not just yourself, but your own mom. Wow, beautiful. My gosh, the things I write. Side note, I write these things, right? Obviously, I write these things. I make all these things, and then the next day it's like, poof, they're gone, right? I don't even remember I wrote them. I don't even remember well, obviously I do remember writing them, but the process of which that they come to me is such an unraveling. It's such a, I mean, unraveling is the perfect word because it's like you find a thread on your shirt right there, and then you're like, oh, what is this little loose thing doing? And you start pulling it, and this thing keeps going and going and going until your shirt has become into a pile of strings. Now, art for me is such a beautiful endeavor because you can't plan that unraveling. You can't plan what happens at the end. You only start out with this kernel, with the seed at the very beginning that you just poke at and you pull and you prod until it gives way just a little bit. And then you take a little bit and then it gives more way. And then it keeps unveiling itself. It's almost like poetry or everything else it's like a sculpture. It's like there's two ways to make a sculpture. One way is to from ground up, from 0 to 100, right? You just start picking things up. A 3D printer works this way. Or the second way, Michelangelo was and probably all the other cool people back in the day, they take a block and they subtract, a subtractive way. I feel like, at least in my experience, it is the subtractive way that I conceive my poetry. And that's just starting at a corner of something big, of something so general, like whatever it may be. A lot of these were inspired by a piece of art that I created, or a moment in a day that I took a picture of and then edited, and then things started flooding into my existence. So there's always something that's very general, very huge, something so simple, and then just start pulling at it and unveiling more and pulling back those onion skins until you get to the seed of what was actually true in that moment, or at least in the moment of the writing, or just wherever my heart was. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Oh, wait. Oh, Leanne, you're such a lovely human. I love you so much. My soothing voice. I'm happy I could soothe you, because by soothing you and soothing me, we both get soothed, and then soothing becomes our reality, and then we just live in a soothing place of living. I don't know. Soothing is nice. And what a nice word, too. What a nice word, too. Chai's in the house. Laura, Brianna. Oh, all of my best friends are right here with me. Thank you for being here with me. Let's go to the next page. Again, if you have any page numbers you'd like me to get to, just let me know. Put them in the comments, and I will read that page. Feel free to follow along. If you don't have this book, you can buy it at andrepsyche.com. It'll get delivered to you very soon. There's priority of shipping to COVID-19 relief things, more important things, even though I think art is the most important, and we can't live without art. But they have put this on the back burner to send books and such like that. Thank you, Leanne. I love you so much. You're the greatest. All right, I'm going to stop right there. So this book, Space Between the Crescent Shadows, it's 4 chapters, Space Between Crescent and Shadows. Each one has its own taste, I should say. And that taste is whatever you want it to be, baby. Just kidding. I mean, you can decide it however it connects with you, obviously. Excuse me. As I was writing this, I organized it in these 4 special ways. So, page 113. You like this red little hue? Is it romantic? I make more of it. Oh, hello. Hello. Little less red. Okay. Page 113. On the cusp of all and none, grasped by fear, can't turn and run. To run, you can stand 1 foot over the edge, just waiting for a gentle breeze. What's physical was left behind. The pain of torture underlined, a hole was ripped in one blind eye to let the darkness fill the sky with stars of light and selfless plight. Inside your sorrows, tomorrow lends a helping hand. I'll borrow moments to pretend the horse I led through every bend lays flat, gunned down by my 2 hands. The love you feel is all too real. She's waiting on the other side. You close your eyes and fall right in. The time is here. The place is now. So, come on in. Come on in. I should remember 113. I should maybe open with that. I love that poem. It sounds so nice. Sounds so nice. I'm such a silly man. Thank you very much. Dave Cox is in the house. Hello, sir. Welcome to another reading of Psyche poetry. If you'd like to pick a page, let me know. I will read it. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the sounds. Page 39. Page 39. I'm going to switch to my other book, Expedition of the Psyche, next. It's a little different flavor, but we'll see what it goes. Page 39. What a moment. What a time to be alive, walking side by side with wolves. Ruby sparkles, lean and full. Smiles fill the atmosphere, twinkles gleam. Our hearts may sing for the chance of being here. Evening marches on to the starfall. I now know what it's all about. Dancing in the moonlit rain. No more worries. It's okay. You hold my hand and float in darkness. Tame this moment. Make it stay. I couldn't promise you a future, but I'm giving you today. Every day. Seconds add to fill the space. Walls once bare. Afraid to open up and share. Screaming louder than the pain that I once felt. Longing for your scent. For the chance to look you up and down. To take you in. Exhale and drown and moan the night away in pleasure. You and me once more together. Put the pieces back in place with my 2 hands. Your hands embrace. Lace up my heart, just like my shoes, that walked miles to get to you and face the truth that kept us separate. That deep inside, I knew you meant it. And now we're book to number 2. Book number 2 right here. Book number 2. It's not as thick as book number 1. Oh, okay. I should rephrase that. Book number 1 is not as thick as book number 2. Book number 2 came, and a lot more came out of me in book number 2. Book number 1 is a little bit different. I still consider it poetry, but I consider it more philosophy. And the other book, I consider it poetry, uh, philosophy, but it's more poetry. Yeah, so it's I continue to stay in the same train of thought. It's always personal growth. It's always that unconditional love, and it's always just the shedding of the personality that we think we are, and allowing ourselves to be infinite. Infinite. So this is my first take on sharing that information, and that's why I call this the philosophy book, Expedition of the Psyche. It's my journey to getting to the point of mind where I felt that infinity inside of me, and I felt that connection extend to every living creature on this planet. And if that's not a great existence, I don't know, guys. I don't know what is. All right, let's flip the page. If you have a page in mind, you just let me know and I will read it. And if you would like to follow along, once again, you can buy my book on andrepsyche.com, and it gets sent to you right away. Now, you can also get the PDF version right now, so you can read along right now as I'm reading. They're only about $6, but if you do it today, I just put in free in the checkout, and it will be free. So normally it's $6 for a PDF. Right now it's free if you go to my website and download that book. Don't worry, the sound will still be here. Shall we begin? Boom, right there. Let's read that one. Always keep opening in the middle. Ooh, Scarlet Love. Let's up the red for this one. Scarlet Love. Oh, do I look scarlet to you, baby? Scarlet Love. Page 30. Chapter 15. Andre Psyche, Expedition of the Psyche. The burning embers of love ignite within each of us when we can truly be accepted by another human being. Total and complete acceptance of another is the baseline of having and keeping any relationship pure with good intentions. Freedom of expression allows us to flourish into dance of weaving vines, intertwining as they grow higher and higher, providing strength and support for one another. Entering into a symbiotic relationship with one another, one that provides the nutrients needed to become our true selves, opens the doors into a realm of mature love. There's a mutual benefit for our interactions because we are able to radiate our love further and deeper than we would ever before, but also continue to develop a stronger and more mature understanding of oneself and one another, which births a connection that defies the limits of our perception and supersedes space and time. Life becomes our playground. A love that allows for growth is the only thing that will ever satisfy our thirst for adventure, search for highest pleasure, and higher states of existence. A love that sees all that we are, every fault, every polished edge, every choice we have made, and every consequence that we have dealt with, every wrong turn and every sprint to the finish line, each disappointment and celebrations, and does one thing and one thing only: find the beauty that lies in each moment that has allowed for even a sliver of an experience that led to a lesson which allowed for growth. Growth that allowed for us to have been swayed ever so gently by the choices that we made, eventually bringing up upon a place that allowed us to meet and cross paths in the first place. A love that gives us the freedom to breathe, be ourselves to the highest degree, and have the other appreciate everything on whatever level it resonates within them, leaving no room for judgment or past events. A love that inspires us to be open and bloom as much as possible. Two individuals that have reached the full capability to look deep inside and find the love that they have for themselves. Two individuals that found a reason to love each other and every decision and two individuals that found a reason to love each and every decision and make two individuals that found a reason to love each and every decision and mistakes we have ever made. To love for simply being. Love ourselves until there is only understanding and compassion for everything that we have gone through. We're able to see the light in every crevice of our life and accept it the way it is because it gave rise to the weathered warrior we see before ourselves today. We endured emotional droughts, tests of strength, valor, persistence, and struggled to survive, which brought upon the world a captain, sailing through the choppy waters of life, collecting battle scars and maintaining repairs, always in search for the treasure in a destination far away. We realize that each battle fought and each victory attained gifted us with a piece of the treasure map that slowly points the way to the buried treasure of our dreams, slowly putting the pieces together to create a comprehensive picture that allows for direction and a destination. Things take time, and we must cross the ocean until we reach the treasure chest filled with our wildest dreams. As we sail through the clear, sunny, and pleasant weather to faraway lands, we have no worries about anything in life. We look around us and appreciate the ride, appreciate the scenery, the smells, the glimmering water, and the color of the sky as we sail closer and closer to the shores of paradise. We are gazing out into the distance. A fresh breeze softly caresses our face, and we have only one thing in our heart, a pure prism of light radiating throughout our whole body. We are at this we are this at each and every moment of our life. Bask in the things that let us see the connections between everything that is happening all around us, and always, always, always reach for more. When we find an individual that feels the same way, we have a relationship destined for success. Now, in at least that chapter, I was more focused on a romantic relationship, a relationship between, at least in my case, a man and a woman, but it can be a romantic relationship between anything, honestly, anyone or any category. But this also applies to literally anything, any and every relationship that can be friendships, um, parent, child, it, family. It can be any relationship, because if you have individuals in a community, in a family, or just two people that are willing to see each other for exactly what they are, and allow them the freedom to be themselves without any expectations, all you have is a community of people who want to be present and help each other become their best selves. Don't have to be two people, y'all. But that's the kind of person I'm looking for. I'll tell you that. That's the kind of person I'm looking for. Let's read another chapter, why don't we? There. Yeah, you heard that. Some ASMR for you guys. Some book shuffling pages. Ooh, chapter 8, Earth 2.0. And thank you for the hearts, you guys. You guys are so beautiful and sweet. I appreciate you guys and your presence, and that you're willing to spend some time with me on this lovely, lovely evening. I cherish your friendships. And Leanne, I cherish your friendship so much. I love you so much. You are far, far away. I met another friend. Side note, I now have two friends in Canada. You, Leanne, and another friend, Kara. She's also in Canada. She is in BC, Vancouver, BC, and I'm trying to remember if that is where you are, or if Vancouver is on the East Coast. I don't know much about geography, yo, but I do know about the geography of the soul. Bam! Oh, I can't take credit for saying that. I actually said something similar a few episodes ago, and then one of my friends, Gabriel, he said, "Hey, I thought you were gonna say this," and what I said just now is what he said, and now I'm taking that for myself, and I'm saying it now, and now you bet you're all confused, but that's okay, because Gabriel is a lovely human being. Oh, well. You guys are in the same place then, Leanne. You and Kara are in the same place. I did a podcast with her just yesterday about happiness and just kind of stuff around that. I really enjoyed her presence. If you're interested in seeing that, anybody, it is easiest to find on the YouTube channel. If you do, you go youtube.com/Almighty Psyche, or just put Almighty Psyche into YouTube, and you'll find all those things. My interviews, whatever else I make a lot of things. So don't expect me to remember. Why are you judging me so hard? I don't remember things. Leave me alone. It's on there. Just go on there. Just figure it out. I believe in you. I have high hopes and faith in your capabilities, because I love you. Let's take down the red just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Just a tad. Just a tad less. Hunter Gabriel, hello. All right, let's shuffle this again and let's see what page we're going to come up on. Right there. Collision of the Minds. Collision of the Minds is chapter 19 on page 38. This book, Expedition of the Psyche, again, it is available on andrepsyche.com. And if you go on there at this moment, and probably at the moment of the recording too, I forget things from time to time. But the sooner you do it, the more likely it'll be there. And you go on my website and click on the PDF version of this in my store. You can get it for $6, but if you put in the coupon code FREE, it will be free and you can download it right now and read it with me. So feel free to do that. Feel free to do that. Or buy the actual version, the paperback, and I'll get it sent out to your home, like right now. Okay. Collision of the Minds. Many times we get into heated arguments with others because they have a different perspective or viewpoint on life, thinking that if we don't change their mind on the way they live their life, we'll make our way of living somehow worse. So we try to convince others that they are wrong and we are right. Our way of life is the right way and theirs is not. We learn to fear ideologies that differ from our own through years of brainwashing by the media and society. But through diversity, we're able to merge different ideas and see the contrast between the two. This will allow the idea to experience difficulties and attempt to survive. Through that battle that it endures, overcoming obstacles and stumbling across holes that weren't thought about before will lead it to refinement. This is the basis of the scientific principle. Get the idea out to get reviewed by anyone and everyone and have them try to poke holes from any direction they can. If they succeed, back to the drawing board. If not, the idea is something special. Imagine the disarray if we all got attached to the very first thought that came to our minds. The contrast that we receive from differing viewpoints allow us to see a bigger picture, a whole image of what life can truly be. We're all little universes full of our own thoughts, our own ideas, our own beliefs, our fantasies, heartaches, achievements, and stories of every little tiny bit of self that makes us up. Every experience and belief that we can make up the whole that is us. By sharing that with someone else, we reach the ability to see the world twice as big. We see what others' experience might feel like and develop our own experiences through it. Within diversity, we find little miracles and differences of opinion, helping us become the person we want to become. Interactions with new people that have a different worldview lead us to see what they believe, what shapes their motives and their decisions, without letting go of our own. In essence, entertaining the idea of how life would be if we were them, keeping what serves us and leaving what we didn't need. That way we end up cherishing our fellow brothers and sisters for the mere fact that they exist, because they become that which allows us to inch closer to our ultimate self. Be free to be who we are, but don't take away the right of another to have the same freedom, and together we will grow. We will grow. Let my people grow. I just made that up. Copyright under Psyche 2020, 4/11, 8:26 p.m. Pacific Eastern, Pacific Western, Pacific Time. I'm in Washington. That's not how copyright works, by the way. Let's do one more from this book, and I'll finish up with the other book. Thank you for sticking around and hanging out with me and listening to my words. It's all I have, honestly. It's all I have. Let's stop here. Earth 2.0. Did I read that already? No, I don't think I read Earth 2.0, Chapter 8. Did I read that? I don't think I read that. I would have remembered if I read it. I did open it, but I would have remembered. Okay. Chapter 8, page 16, Earth 2.0. There's no question mark. It's just OH, like O, not 0. Because Not that it's a huge difference, but I put it there for a reason. Okay? I put it there for a reason. What's that reason? It's up to you to find out. You're going to have to interpret my mind, my psyche. You're going to have to get into my psyche to understand what I'm trying to say. But I'll give you a hint. I'm going to read the chapter. Maybe that will help you. Planting a seed of love into the hearts of all that we may come across might be the only true act of love that they will experience in their lives. As we get lost and wander through the same cycles, all it takes is a smile, a kind gesture, a sincere heart to warm them up to all the possibilities that life has to offer. When we get low and feel confused by life, we feel like there is no way out, and we're being led down a path that we didn't want to go down. Minute details will flash before our eyes to serve as signs to turn back. We continue down this road because we're following the momentum of our previous choices, and we don't know that we can stop and turn around or veer off at any time. We have no obligations to anyone in the world to do anything that they may expect from us. We have no obligation to wake up each and every day and remain the same person. I'm going to read that again. We have no obligation to wake up each and every day and remain the same person. We have the ability to see each day as a new opportunity. We can wake up as an author of everything that can happen, as a director of life, manuscript in hand. Every day is filled with opportunities to grow and expand in knowledge and experience. When we open our eyes, we can imagine it as a new beginning, a rebirth. The night before, we closed our eyes and stopped observing the perceived reality. When we awaken, we get a new opportunity to do things anew. We get the blank script, and it's up to us to fill it in. What do we want to happen? Where do we want to see ourselves? Who will we have to become in order to achieve our goals? The mirror neurons in our brain work wonderfully in aiding our learning. We experience the growth of our own neural pathways just by observing the performance of an action done by someone else. This is a great way to learn without having to do any conscious actions. We can hijack this principle to further aid our growth by building a person in our minds, someone that can achieve everything with swiftness and ease. We get an image of what that person does, what they look like, what they make others feel, how they're perceived by others, and any other detail that may bring the image to life. We create them in our thoughts and ultimately become them by aligning ourselves with the higher standard of our perfect specter. Every day, we get a chance to become closer and closer to the person that is getting everything that we want. We get closer to connecting with the right people that appreciate us and whatever we choose to do with our life. Once we begin giving love, we have everything we need to be connected to every other person connected to love. Through a network of love spanning the entire world, just like individual neurons in our brain form a bridge of myelinated axons together in order to transmit electrical impulses between each other, so can we share our desire or needs with one another until we reach a state of mutual satisfaction. Once we reach out and connect, we can function as a world consciousness that can allow for deeper understanding of life. If we all connect to one another, we become unified in our focus, and sustained focus is how we make any idea into reality. Like for real, that was awesome. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I haven't read that in so long. I didn't even know I wrote it, and that's amazing. That is amazing. The things that I write, my gosh. You can definitely see my science inspirations, especially when I wrote this book. I think this was in 2016 or end of 2015. I don't recollect all too well, but I know it was about 4 years ago, and probably 5. Yeah, it must be 5 years ago. It's 6 years ago. I don't know. It's been a long time, but I wrote that freshly out of completing my undergraduate in biology and physiology and anatomy and all that stuff. I was a pre-med student, and I was learning all of this to, for the job, obviously. And after working with a doctor for about a year, I decided basically not to do it. It's a longer story and one that I've told on a few podcasts already. So if you want to know the story, you can either look up my podcast, Almighty Psyche, and there's one that's called Expedition of the Psyche, in which I go into like a 2-hour conversation about this, or more recently and better produced, honestly, because, with more time, more experience, I was interviewed by Fuel Your Legacy podcast just a few days ago. So if you follow them, you will find a conversation that is that will tell the story of how I got to where I got to and some of the uncoverings of my mind that can help you live a fulfilled and happy life, among with other things that you enjoy, you know. I don't put a limit on you. You do that all by yourself. So perhaps we can take those limits off and see your true potential. Go find that. Go find that. I have a few other podcasts that I've done. Right now, the easiest way to see it is either scroll through my Facebook page, which there's a lot of things on there, but you'll find a lot of cool things. I'm most active on Facebook, and or you can just go on my YouTube, YouTube.com/Almighty Psyche. If you forget any of that, just go to my website and it'll remind you, AndrePsyche.com. All right, I'm gonna read just a couple more poems from my book, Space Between the Crescent Shadows. Just a couple more poems. And again, you can get it in my website. And then I will let you go. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for being here and listening to all of this stuff that I'm talking about. I love you guys dearly, and I appreciate your presence. Always. Oh, this one has more pages to flip through. More ASMR. Let's do it again. Let's stop there. Page 54. And page 55. Why not? They're both here. I'm going to give myself a heart. Ha ha. Page 54. Seedlings sprout. Surrender sweetly. Over to the light so weakly. Bow as low on knees you grovel. Less than speck of dust you marvel. Fill yourself with divine guidance. Drain the detours to your kindness. From a seed success will slither. Through the cracks the time will bring us closer, closer, closer still. To the final moment when all of it begins. When the darkness got engulfed. When the star dust took its shape, when the lovers reunite, when no boundaries remain. You will find a bed of flowers radiating night to day. Kneel on down beside your brothers. Hand in hand will bring us change. Bring a tear. We'll place it, misplace it, somewhere past the eyes. Feed the soil with cries and wails of your heart's long-lived tales, of the battles it endured, finally to lay down arms near your loved ones, in their chest. Hide it all away to rest, peace attained within your best, nothing left to beg or fight for. Everything is found between fleshy gyrus of the sulci. Radiate like flowers, radiate and bring them near, radiate and let them break, radiate to give them reasons to radiate themselves today. Another brain reference. The sulci and the gyrus are the folds in your brain. I'm going to 50-50 chance I get this right. The gyrus is the big folds in your brain, and the sulci are the little folds in your brain. Tobias the Owl, if you're listening out there, correct me, because you are my fire. You are desire. But you are a doctor. That's why I ask you. Gyrus, sulci. Maybe sulci are the deep folds, and the gyrus are the folds. Yeah. You can Google it if you guys are interested, or I will Google it and then not tell you about it at all. Let's read 55 now. It's a shorty. It's a little shorty. And then I want to finish with one of my most vulnerable poems that I feel like, at least that I remember. If I find another one, I'm like, ooh, that one hits deeper. That's the one I will finish. But until then, I will finish with the most vulnerable thing I have in my arsenal. Because vulnerability is one of the most beautiful feelings and emotions that you can sink into. Through vulnerability, you can truly find your individual self and find love for other people and be confident in being yourself. Because when you're vulnerable, you can't be anything but yourself. And if, per se, somebody doesn't like that, what can you do about it? Nothing. You can't appease them. You don't want to, because then you would be changing yourself. At that point, you see yourself and you say, well, this is me, and if you don't like it, you let them go. You set them free. Goodbye. And you give yourself the freedom to be yourself even more. And vulnerability is honestly it's the greatest thing. Just do it. You know, don't worry about what somebody thinks of you. Don't worry about what they might think of you, what they're going to say. If your heart is with pure intentions, and if you are doing your best, which all of us are, I know that, speak your mind. And if somebody doesn't understand that 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 aspect of who you truly are, you got to ask yourself, does that person deserve to be in your presence? Does that person deserve to be around you? If they look you deep in the soul and they say nope, and you're like, bro, this is me. This is who I am. Like, if you don't want it, that's fine. But then leave. You know what I mean? Don't put up with that stuff. You're worth everything. You're worth infinity. Each and every one of you. Page 55. Space Between Aggression Shadows by Andre Psyche. Published sometime in the past. Who knows? Oh, Taylor is on YouTube watching me. I love you, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. I love you. So good to see you. Oh, Jonathan. Oh, so many friends. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. If you ever get tired of me jibber-jabbering while I don't read, you can read these reviews of my book. Oh, Taylor. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 goodbye. Okay. No, it's not goodbye. Hello. I've been burping a little bit, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Page 55. Only darkness can caress the light. Only voids can offer growth of space. Only voids can offer growth of space. To rise above the limits set, to shine from holy places in our mind, to bring us closer to the beloved regrets, and bloom aromatized a spark. Each speck a lightning in its right. Bring down the house and let it rest. These wretched bones have seen enough. Intent has always been enough. This heart is weeps inside your dreams, enough to long, to call, to let it know there's flowers growing in this garden, and you might need some beauty for a change. Well, come and open up your arms then. I'm saving all this ripened fruit for you. All this ripened fruit for you. Taylor, if you have a page number that you'd like me to read, let me know now, because otherwise I'm going to be finishing with my last poem that I love very dearly. Very dearly. Page 40. Page 40. I want to get comfortable. It's like a 4-page poem. Oh yeah, alright, you ready? Oh, I'm ready, baby. Okay. Hello, Stephen. You're catching me at my last poem. Enjoy. Bewildered by the sight of sparkled, starry eyes. Oh, Taylor. Okay, sorry, guys. Taylor's going to read along with me any page. Well, I'm on 40. So we're going to go 40, 41, 42, and 43, I believe, until the beginning of the next chapter, quote unquote. Page 40. I'll wait for you for just a moment. I'm going to wave at Stephen. Hey, Stephen, I love you, bro. I think you're incredible. Okay. Page 40. Read along, guys. Bewildered by the sight of sparkled starry eyes, the song sang soft and gentle inside my heart. You couldn't tell the lava rising through the mantle. You turn around. I catch a glimpse. My heart did stop with thoughts of sweet, sweet romance. I don't know why, but in my mind I couldn't shake the feeling of familiarity and sights of you and I, being acquainted times before. Believe me that my focus was drawn as tensely as a bow and arrow, a diving sparrow fishing for its only meal, delivered from the depths of hell. Desire, passion, ringing bells, the oldest chapter in the book. A spell of love, attaching hooks, that pull me in, seductive looks, like glancing straight into the sun. Oh, but 1 second at a time can one appreciate the soul of love began so long ago. I'm but a man who finds this love, the final frontier that rests above, a destination in the world, imagination to the masses, re-invitation to the fool who threw brick stones in love's glass houses. I let her go. After the moment passes, been burned before, but the emotion lasts and lasts. We head our way. After our initial phase that rocked my foundation, the daylight fades. And there you are again, and dancing. Your hips, they sway from left to right. You look my way, perhaps a subtle invite. Can't help but smile and dance on through. Allow the music to speak my truth. The rhythm rocked me side to side, a subtle glide, a glance inside. She slides in closer just to see the endless world I have made inside of me. She runs about, just hopping for the chase, hoping for the chase. Plays cat and mouse, but a lion doesn't play that way. I left as soon as the music stopped, went on my way. I did not look back. I sat down to play a song or two of love, of searching, about you. Lonnie, join in. We're on page 41. You better have read your textbooks, or I'm going to have to write you a detention slip. And as I open my eyes, I see you sitting by my side. Eyes open, gleaming in the night. You touched my heart with just one sight. I felt you beating hard in mind. I sang that love song with all of my might. Emotions brighter than the light that blinded me across the campfire. Don't know you or what you're about. Don't know your future. Don't know your doubts. Don't know if you've ever had a cast from broken bones and children's laughter. Don't know the struggles of your life. Don't know the achievements of delight. Don't know if you have grown wings to fly. Don't know your feelings, lows or highs. Don't know a single fact about you. Yet here I sit, falling so deep, skipping all sleep, just to feel one more moment by your side. It's been 2 days. Still haven't said a word straight to your face. Don't want to rush and let it go to waste. I like a saunter kind of pace. A silent face. The one I learned to savor. But you bring out the hidden shades of love. And through it, I could swoop and sweep you off your feet. For once, this time, I want you to choose me. That's why I place before you distance. I wonder if you'll grow to miss me. That's why I melt when you decide to sit right next to me all night. It breaks my heart to see you walk away, not knowing if I'll see the day where you and I can run away and play a game that people play when they're alone. A game of friction, sweat, and moans. A game that leaves the body numb, that leaves it trembling from the fun of two whole separates merging into one. No other boundaries can be won. Connecting pulses, hooks deep inside the spirits wander, see the divine through practice, jerking tears of life and throes of passion all through the night. The two collide, a husband and a bride, not knowing what comes next. Uncertainty abides, but fear no longer lingers here as you and I lay side by side. No single worry comes to mind. We now reside in a world between the lines, free to design a life that you and I may bind, elope and run away to find our quiet place. Embrace our grace, and after these long days of torture, at last lay down inside our homes. How joyous of a time. I find you next to me in line. I decide to give you that which once was mine, a painting of my rights and wrongs, of breadcrumbs, life laid out in plain sight. To see if I can find the path that leads most light, an essence of myself not made that can compare to others once I laid upon you open hands this morning, to make for certain that you may know the feeling burrowing down below. Maybe someday we'll see the golden threads of fate. We'll combine the broken lines that bring us closer to the truth, but until that time, I can't ride, can run, or hide. I just want one thing. To know your side. Although we've had some time to be on one-on-one, just passing through the world along our rear view, no focus paid to things about you, but you It feels so new and yet familiar. Don't have a clue just how I got you here, but now I know I have to see the depths of your personality. The reasons for your smile, the pain of heartaches you try to hide, the insecurities kept alive to grow infinitely in life, and how you did what most cannot, to catch my interest and ignite my spark. Unravel mysteries to prove our paths to cross a new direction, free of loss, but till this life decides to form, I'll do my best and give you more emotions buried deep. Sing all my hearts for you to see and find such pleasure that you lay on that blue blanket just 10 feet away. No sweeter sight have yet absorbed, no ocean, mountain, scenic road has held a chance with your sweet glance upon I see upon your face today. One thing is for certain, I did not say goodbye, 'cause from this moment on your heart it lives inside. I carry it with me through space, through time. It grows encroaching haste. But just as what I sang that night, you love me pure with all your might inside my universe. You will be bright. Shine on, my star. Shine on your light. That was it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. So again, if you enjoyed these readings, I would appreciate even a review if you'd like that. Go on Amazon and find these books, write a review and be like, hey, I don't know about the rest of the book, but the chapters he's read were blank. Fill in the blank. It's going to be that easy. If you would like to own these books, please do go down to andrepsyche.com and order them for yourselves. Again, I'm doing a special promotion with this video. If you're watching this here, go on there and you can purchase the physical versions, which same price. Thank you for the claps, everybody. They're coming in late because there's a lag, but it's okay. Or you can buy the PDF for $6, but today if you put the coupon code FREE into your checkout, they'll be free. So you get these 2 books, PDF versions, for free for your download right now. You could have it on your phone. You could have it on your computer. You can have it anywhere and experience it. I don't try to hold information from you, especially if I think that it will help you in your journey and become a better, more bright, more loving, more happy human being. I have that, and I want to share that with you. So feel free. Just put free in the checkout code. But if you do want physical books, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to charge you for that. Boom, $20 plus shipping right here. Go on my website, andrepsyche.com. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all your lovely comments. Nice, Andre, multi-talented guy, kissy face. Thank you, Lottie. I love you so much. Steven, clap, clap, clap to you, sir. I love you as much. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you for being here, and I will share my work as much as I can. I know it has changed my life dramatically, and I mean dramatically. So I hope that I can do even a sliver of that for you guys. Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to be in your presence. Thank you, Taylor, and thank you for your claps there as well on YouTube. Shout out to all you guys on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Thank you for joining me. If you need me, I will be on my website. If you want to contact me, I will also be on Facebook. If you want to book me for a call, some coaching calls, please reach out. I want to help you get you where you want to be in life. And other than that, you know, I'll be back around real soon, okay? Don't miss me too hard. I'm gonna go and, enjoy Easter tomorrow, eat some chocolate with my sister, and it's her birthday, so we're gonna hang out. Okay? Stay healthy, stay sane, stay safe, exercise a little bit. You don't have to kill yourself, but exercise a little bit, get some moving done. Work in the garden to ground yourself if you'd like to do that. If you don't have a garden, find something else. Write a book, or talk to your friends online. There's a lot of things that you could do. Again, thank you very much, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye.